done for. It'll be a cinch to fish out the jewels and the money.
We'll have to come back later. There's been a slip-up somewhere. Blake couldn't have trailed us to the cave. They probably have a dragnet out.
Stolen jewels recovered. Operator 99 outwits crime syndicate. The daring attempt of Jim Belmont to collect ransom for the jewels of the Archduchess Cornelia was frustrated by a more daring and resourceful government operator.
But I still haven't caught Jim Belmont.
You'll catch him, Jerry. It's just a matter of getting a real lead.
I've been trying to get a clue by checking up on some of the men that were associated with him in the past. The best bet seems to be Monty Mason.
He made plenty of money for Belmont. It took an expert to spot his counterfeit, but Mason was eventually retired to the penitentiary.
That's right. But recently he was paroled. Now he's working for the Burroughs Engraving Company on 5th Street.
It wouldn't take Belmont long to learn that and get in touch with Mason.
That's exactly why I'm going to pay him a little visit.
So when the company put me on here as night watchman, they said they'd give me some engraving jobs if I made good. So I'm really trying to go straight.
How about the crooks, Mason? Will they let you?
They've got nothing to do with it. I'm my own boss.
I can't imagine you saying that to Jim Belmont.
I did say that to Jim Belmont. Not personally, because no one gets near him except his closest pals. But I did send word that I was through.
And he sent word right back that you'd continue to make counterfeit for him or be a corpse.
Yeah, you're right. I'm in a tough spot.
Supposing I get you out of it.
How?
By letting you help me catch Belmont. By pretending to make counterfeit for him.
Pretend? What do you mean, pretend? I'd have to deliver the goods, wouldn't I?
And you would. Goods made by Uncle Sam.
You mean give him real money?
Of course. You'll have an easy time passing it, and you'll be able to gain his confidence completely.
I get it.
When he bites, you'll send word that you want a larger cut. He'll refuse. But you stand pat and say that the matter can't be handled by go-betweens. Then he'll have to arrange to see you personally. That's where I step in. You game?
Sure. But I have to laugh when I think of Belmont passing real dough, believing it's counterfeit.
Monty Mason must have done postgraduate work in the penitentiary. His new bills are almost good enough to fool the Treasury Department.
Yeah, but Mason's balking. He wants a bigger cut.
How big?
50-50.
Go back and tell him I'll decide that.
It won't do any good. He wants to see you personally and have an understanding.
Oh, but Jim, you can't let him come here.
Or go to his place. He's still on parole, and the cops will be checking up on him.
I'll arrange a meeting with him. Then we'll persuade him to send for his plates. After we have those, then we won't need him.
You certainly called all the turns, Blake. I didn't think Belmont would ever agree to a meeting.
Well, he's probably short of cash. But remember, you'll take plenty of precautions. How do you explain the box?
Well, I told him I was bringing along a bundle of bills to show my good intentions.
That's fine. Well, I'm all set. Unless they send somebody that will recognize you.
Very little danger of that. They send a different man every time they contact me. Another new guy. You're a cinch. Good luck.
You're Mason.
Right. How do I know who you are?
You wanted a meeting with Belmont. Farrell phoned, and I'm here.
Sounds okay.
I'll have to take that gun. Belmont's orders. More orders.
More red tape seeing this guy than there's seeing the president.
There he is.
Okay, I'll take care of him.
Is Belmont here?
No, Mason, but he'll be here in a few minutes. Well, we can take off this blindfold now. Blake.
Get your hands up. Joyce, you can come in now.
We seem to be doing all right.
Belmont's due here any moment. Call the police and have them send out a squad car.
May I have the chief of police?
You're very careless, Mr. Blake. I'm too old a hand at this business to come through a front door. And as for you, Farrell, you're indeed fortunate you have me to look after you.
Well, he had me fooled. I certainly can't understand how he horned in on this counterfeit money deal.
There never was any counterfeit. Our friend, Mr. Blake, baited his trap with real money. He got it from a source that has billions. Consequently, he shouldn't consider me greedy if I asked him to phone for, say, 100,000 to be delivered where and as I designate.
That's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Step over there. This is the incinerator for burning the waste products of the tannery. You will observe that it works on the same principle as a crematorium. This valve turns on a highly inflammable gas, which fills the furnace rapidly, as you can see. This switch throws a spark which ignites the gas. Well, Blake, what shall it be? The cash for me or cremation for Miss Kingston?
I'll see what I can do.
Don't let him bluff you, Jerry. He wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I? Shall I turn it on?
No. I'll phone.
Stop prowling around, Farrell. I'm afraid you don't appreciate good music.
Oh, I was just thinking of Blake. I wish we'd have finished him.
We'll have other chances. We're bound to run into him sooner or later in the course of our activities.
Hello? Just a minute. It's for you, Jim. Long distance from Washington.
Yes? Oh, hello, Zorko. Did you obtain that information? Splendid. I'll take care of everything at this end and contact you later. Goodbye.
So it was Zorko. At what keyhole has he been listening this time?
A fine way to refer to an international agent. He's been listening at a very important keyhole. Snyder, a government expert, is flying here with plans for a jet propulsion plane that will transport freight at half the present cost. It would put all other plane manufacturers out of business.
I don't see where we come in on that.
It's very simple. If we get those plans, we can sell them to a foreign government at our own price. Snyder's due on the 3 o'clock plane. That gives you and Rita plenty of time to carry out a little plan I prepared.
Are you Mr. Snyder?
Yes?
I'm Mr. Blake's secretary. He was out when your telegram arrived, so I came to meet you myself.
Thank you.
Look!
Don't move! See if the plans are in the car, Rita.
There's nothing here but a lot of numbers. 72, 61, 33, 42, and so on.
That's what we want. It's in code, just like Belmont said.
Then we'd better take her along with us. She works for Blake, so she must know the code.
Yeah, come on. All right, call me back later. Now listen, all we want is the key to that code. Give us that and you can go.
I've already told you that I don't know it.
Yes, dear, but we don't believe you.
Oh, we wasted too much time already. Show her what'll happen if she won't talk. He's ready to talk. Get the plans.
A drink of water, please.
All right, Miss Kingston. Now let's have all the answers.
It's based on the telephone dial. This last slot is a key slot.
I don't get it.
Well, I'll mark it for you. Each of these double numbers represents a letter. For instance, 31, you dial 3. Then in the last slot, you get MNO.
So which letter is it, M, N, or O?
It's M because the 1 in 31 means the first letter. For 53, you dial 5. Then you get GHI. But the 3 in 53 means the third letter I. For 63, you dial 6. And you take the third letter F. For 52, you dial 5. You take the second letter H.
Uh-huh. It's beginning to make sense.
For 41, you dial 4. You take the first letter J. For 83, you dial 8. That's all there is to the code. Now will you let me go?
Miss Joyce, she's a prisoner somewhere. Have the call traced on the other phone.
Operator, trace the call coming in on Fleetwood 6548.
All right, Rita. Take these plans over to Belmont and let him decode them.
All right. You keep Miss Kingston here until you hear from Belmont. See you later.
Connection's been cut.
Thank you, operator. It's the Airplane Motor Repair Shop, 721 Watson Street.
Stand by, Fred.
It doesn't work out. It's just a lot of meaningless syllables. She fooled you, Rita. She's stalling for time, but it won't help her.
All right, Jim, leave it to me. So you gave us the runaround, huh? Well, you won't fool us this time. Get over there. For the last time, did we get that code?
No.
All right, you've had your chance.
Get your hands up.
Jerry!
Untie that girl.